Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Gigi and today we have an evening yoga which is going to be a Vinyasa into a yin practice. Vinyasa meaning slightly more movement, moving with the breath, and yin meaning we hold poses for longer, usually around 3 to 4 minutes, in order to soften the fascia. That's the sellotape that wraps around all of your cells and muscles in your body. It's brilliant for your joints and also really relaxing. So we're going to go into child's pose first, an extended child's pose. Meet me there. You're very welcome to lie down onto a bolster or a big cushion as well. Big toes to touch, knees as wide as the mat, and reaching all the way forwards, bring your forehead down onto the mat. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Just settling in here and whatever happened today, this week. Just letting it go, leaving it at the top of your mat. Letting it be what it was, and you're now in this moment. Taking care of your physical health, your mental health, your spiritual health. Breathing in through the nose and out through the nose or mouth. Great job. Keeping yourself as you are, you're just going to walk the hands over towards the right. Maybe bringing your left hand on top of your right one and then sinking your left shoulder down towards the mat. Walking the hands through center. And then over towards the left. Maybe right hand on top of left one, sinking the right shoulder down. And back through center. Give me one more inhale. And exhale will bring you up to all fours, tabletop position. Bring your knees and your feet parallel. And we're just going to work through a cat-cow here. So drop in the belly, lift the chin, lift the chest. And exhale, round through the spine. And again, inhale. And exhale. Nice. Bring the hips back towards the heels. We're going to go into some rippling movement here. So inhale. You're going to start to round through the spine, coming all the way down onto the belly. Inhale into a low cobra. And exhale, arch your spine to take your bum back towards your heels. And again, inhale, round. Coming all the way down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, take it back. Give me that twice more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Last time. See if you can close the eyes and just go with the sensation, this one. Thinking about how it feels as opposed to what it looks like. I know that's easier said than done. Coming back to an all fours tabletop position, we're just going to take a modified side plank. So you're going to turn your right foot out towards the right, just a quarter turn, and extend your left leg long. Reach the left arm all the way up towards the sky. Take a deep breath in. Just a little bit of core engagement here. Avoid locking out the supporting elbow, and then take that arm up and overhead so that the bicep is by the ear. See if you can turn your gaze upwards. Take an inhale here. And exhale, option to turn this into a back bend. So just gently opening through the chest. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, bring yourself back down to your tabletop position, and exactly the same thing on the other side. So turning your left foot a quarter turn towards the left, extend the right leg long, reach the right arm all the way up towards the sky. Take an inhale here. Exhale, arm goes over the ear. Maybe turn the gaze upwards, and then maybe start to open the chest a little bit more. One more inhale. Exhale, bringing yourself back down to a neutral tabletop position. From here, I want you to take your right foot out towards the right. So it's going to shoot straight out from the hip. In fact, I'm going to turn myself to show you. So you're going to shoot that right foot straight out from the hip, and the toes are going to face parallel and forward. From here, start to gently shift back and forth. We're just working into those adductor muscles, so the groin muscle, the inner thighs. Great job. And then from here, take your left hand down to the midline, right underneath your chin. Reach the right arm all the way up towards the sky. And then we're going to thread the needle in this position. So taking right arm underneath the left one. Now you can either just rest onto your forearm, your elbow, or you can take the full twist all the way down. Maybe you want to extend the left arm forward, or maybe wrap it around the back. So you're in a sort of a twisted groin stretch here, just for a couple of breaths. 3, 2, last one. Beautiful. Unravel yourself wherever you are. I'm just going to turn myself back to the front of my mat, and then bring the right foot through between the hands, coming into a low lunge. Beautiful. Bring the hands up onto the thigh, lift the chest. Take an inhale here. Exhale, sink that left hip flexor down the front of the hip. Inhale. And exhale. Beautiful. Bring the fingertips down. They can come to blocks if you want, and straighten out the front leg. So we're hinging back into a half split. Flex the toes towards the face. Inhale. And exhale. Sink down and in. You can round the spine. Beautiful. Lift the chest, roll forward into your low lunge again. Heel toe the right foot out towards the right, and then let the toes splay a little bit off the edge of the mat. We're just going to take a little bit of twisting motion. So reaching the right arm diagonally towards the left side of the mat. Inhale here. Exhale, follow that arm up and over and back behind you. So you're coming into a bit of rotation for the spine. Inhale forward. And exhale back. And at the same time, we're opening through the right hip and stretching the left hip flexor. Let it be a moving meditation with your breath. And this is your last one. And we're going to come down into a lizard pose. So you may just want to stay on your hands, or if you want to, you could come down to your elbows, clasp the hands. And we'll just be here for a couple of breaths. If you feel more comfortable rocking onto the outer edge of the right foot, lifting the sole of the foot off the floor, you can do that too. Last breath in. Exhale, bring you back onto the hands if you were on your elbows, reaching the right arm up and back again into that twist, and then option to take hold of the back foot, coming into a quad stretch. Now from here, you can either pull that foot in towards your bum. This will stretch the front of the leg, the quad, a little bit more, or you can let it fall out and open the chest. So 2 variations, and they feel different to one another, so just see what you need today. Two more breaths. Last one. And let that go. Beautiful job. Bringing the hands back into center. Tuck the back toes under, lift the back knee, and step back to a downward facing dog. And just take your dog for a walk. Push the ground away. Chest comes towards the thighs, and the knees can be generously bent. And bring the knees all the way down. Very nice. Okay, we've got all of that to do on the other side. So you're going to be taking your left foot out towards the left, paralleling the toes towards the front, and gently rocking back and forth to stretch into those groin muscles, the adductors. You can pad that supporting knee. Very nice. And then let's thread the needle on this side. So this time the right hand is going to come underneath your chin, left hand all the way up towards the sky. And exhale, threading the left arm underneath the right one, either onto the elbow or fully down onto the shoulder. And then either crawling the right fingertips forward, or you can find the bind the inside of the left thigh. One more inhale. Exhale, unravel. Come back onto your hands, and we're going to take that left foot through between the hands here, however you want to get there, finding that low lunge. Inhale to lift the chest, and exhale, sink down into the pose that you feel that hip flexor stretching on the front of your thigh. And then bring the fingertips down, hinge it all the way back, finding your half splits position. Inhale to lift the chest, and exhale to relax down. You can have a generous bend in that left knee. Lift the chest, roll back through into your low lunge, and then heel toe that foot out towards the left, spilling the toes off the mat. Let's find that rotational movement. So bringing the left hand diagonally to the right side of the mat. Inhale here. Exhale to twist and open. Inhale and exhale. And again, let this be a moving meditation with your breath. It can be flowing and smooth. It can be dance-like. Your last one. And let's come into our lizard. Hold for a couple of breaths. Same options here, hands, elbows, any props that you choose. Last inhale. Exhale, start to press yourself back up onto your hands. Same things here. Taking that rotation to look to the back of your space, and then option to grab that foot should you wish to. Last inhale. Gently let that go. Good job. Plant the palms, lift the back knee, and step back to downward facing dog. Just one last time. Take your doggy for a walk. You might choose to take a little twist either side. That can feel really nice. Maybe just bumping the hips from side to side, or maybe total stillness. Moving how you feel in your body today. And then bring the knees down, untucking the toes, sitting back onto your heels. We're going to go into the yin portion of this practice. So if you want to put on some extra layers because your body is going to cool down in this bit, we're not going to be moving much at all. Please feel free to do that now. And we will meet on our bums. We're going to start with caterpillar pose, which is the yin version of a seated forward fold. So unlike in Vinyasa, the feet are completely relaxed, the knees relaxed, you can have space between the legs. And we're going to be here for 3 minutes. So if you want to place a pillow or a bolster here, you can put some blocks on your legs to rest your forehead. You're just going to relax all the way down and let the head drop. Let the feet just be as they are. Let the hands and the fingers relax. And we will do 3 minutes here. And as I mentioned with yin, we hold poses for a little longer to allow not just the muscles to soften, but also the fascia, which is this sort of sellotape or cling film that wraps around every cell in our body. And usually it's very hard and almost plastic. But in long holds, such as this one, it starts to yield. And this is really lovely for allowing a little bit of space. We're about halfway through, so see if you can find a slightly deeper sensation, whether that's going a little bit further into the pose, but don't force anything. It's a very passive practice. Just allowing gravity to do its thing. Taking a couple of last deep breaths here. And start to come out of the pose. And just taking a second to be still. Notice any difference or change in the body. And let's move into the next one. I'm just going to move my mic because we're going down onto our backs. So coming down onto your back, we are coming into a supine twist. So bringing the right knee in towards the chest and then taking it across the body over towards the left. From here, you could open out the right arm and find that opening across the chest, the rotation in the spine. Or if you wanted a little bit of extra sensation, you could bend the bottom left knee and reach for the left foot with the hand coming into cat pulling its tail. Both options feel good in different ways. I'm going to go for the classic, and we're here again for 3 minutes. Allowing the shoulders to sink down into the mat, and you could even prop a pillow underneath your right knee. If this isn't feeling good, you could bring both knees together, and that feels a little bit more gentle than straightening the bottom leg. See if you can quieten the mind. We're over halfway here. See if you can find a slightly deeper sensation but without forcing. Even if that deeper sensation is that your racing thoughts are bothering you. So we try to let it go, quiet those little monkeys inside the mind. Beautiful. Start to make your way back onto your back. Whew. Nice. And from here, we're not here for long. We're going to come into a stirrup pose. So you can either bring that right knee in towards the chest and then maybe take it outwards a little bit so you get a bit more of that adductor stretch. Or you can come into stirrup, which is like a one-sided happy baby, grabbing for the outside or the inside of the foot, pulling the knee down towards the armpit. The bottom leg can either be bent or straight. And we are here for about 1 minute. Opening through that right outer hip. One last breath in here. Let that go. And we're going to take those two poses on the other side. So bring the left knee in towards the chest. Nice. And then coming into that supine twist. So crossing the leg, across the body. Opening out through the left arm. Or coming into cat pulling its tail like so. I'll set the timer for 3 minutes. There we go. And see if one side feels different to the other. We are not completely symmetrical in our physiology. So if one side needs something slightly different than the other, that is more than okay. You're not doing it wrong. Treat every pose as if it's a brand new experience, which it actually is. Slowing the breath to match the cadence of the practice. We're about halfway through now, so if you want to find a deeper or a different sensation, you're more than welcome to do so. Start to breathe a little bit more consciously. And starting to roll your way back through your center. With your knee in towards the chest. And maybe from here you're going to find that opening with the hand on the top of the leg, or you're going to find that stirrup pose on this side. Same options with the underneath leg, it can be extended or bent. And we're just here for a minute or so. See if you can keep both glutes on the ground, but without forcing them there, without squeezing. Last breath here. And start to let that foot go. We're coming into the last, most important pose, Shavasana. So starting to make yourself nice and comfy. Maybe you want a bolster or a big cushion underneath your knees that can feel really comfy. Maybe a little something under your head, maybe a blanket. And when you're settled, allow everything to melt, to sink down into your mat as if you were butter melting in a pan. Allowing your breath to slow, relaxing the forehead and the area around the eyes, unclenching the jaw. Start to bring your awareness back into the room, deepening the breath. Wiggle the fingers and the toes, maybe rocking the head back and forth. Bring the knees in towards the chest and gently waking up. And I will leave you here. I hope that you enjoyed this evening practice. I'll see you in the next one. Sweet dreams.